Hello everyone, our journey starts at DIA, or should I say McDonald's. That cheeseburger was actually one of the biggest highlights of our trip over to Iceland. We got to go for a week and I'm so excited to share this adventure with you. After we landed, we did a quick photo shoot with the cheeseburger, picked up our rental car, and then drove to pick up some food before going to our Airbnb. So welcome to our Iceland vlog. I'm going with my partner Colin and two of our best friends to travel around Iceland for 7 days. And so we just got here. It's very rainy, very cold, overcast today. As you can see, my hair is very frizzy, but we're gonna lean into it and explore some of Reykjavik. So enjoy. We spent a lot of time at the end of the night just walking around and playing games to try to stay up and beat the jet lag before we finally called it a night. Alright, so it is now our first full day here in Iceland. We are feeling a little bit jet lagged today, but are going up to Thingvellir National Park, doing some steam by the lake bread making, and then doing a little bit of the Golden Circle. So it's going to be a really, really fun day. Let's go check it out. Alright, so we just did the fontana by the lake, and this is where like they make the bread in the ground, like actually in the boiling sand. And so you can see here, not in this one, but the water's very, very hot, very toasty. And so we actually came over here and you can see the rocks are where there's buried bread, right there. We just ate it. It was very good.
With trout.
With locally caught trout.
Shout out Zac Efron.
Very good.
Here's my bread.
That is a lie.
There you go. There you go.
How's the bread? How is it?
Already.
After staying by the lake, we then went to Thingvellir Park to do the Thingvellir Loop hike. Alright, so we're now doing the Thingvellir Loop. It is raining and I have a lot of tech, so I have my poncho on. We might be doing the full loop. We're gonna see depending on how heavy the rain gets, but there's a couple stops on this that is really beautiful and has waterfalls and a bunch of other stuff. So let's go check it out. Alright, so this is actually a throwback to when I came to Iceland a few years ago. I did the scuba diving snorkeling thing at the Sipka fissure. It's between the two tectonic plates here, so let's go look at it. Ponchos come back out. It's starting to rain. There's a lot of rain behind us that looks like it's coming our way, so we might all be in ponchos soon. The trail got so muddy so fast. We all were soaked and our shoes were super muddy, but we still made the best of it. It was still very fun. After finishing the hike, we still decided we wanted to see the other spots in the Golden Circle, and so we took off and went to a few other waterfalls in a geothermal area. Alright, so we're now at Breathtaking, one of the other waterfalls in the Golden Circle, and there are so many bugs. So many bugs. Bring a head net. After finishing our stops in the Golden Circle, we made our way back to Reykjavik to get some local dinner, and then we called it a night. Alright, welcome to day 2. Today we are starting off strong by going horseback riding, and then are going to do the Sky Lagoon today. So let's go. It's going to rain a little bit, but we're still going to make the most of it. So let's go. Horseback riding on Icelandic horses was the most interesting thing I've ever done. They are naturally smaller than American horses, and so their running is different. Everything really about riding them is different. So it was a really interesting experience, and eventually they asked if we wanted to break off into groups, one that went a little bit faster and galloped, and one that just continued canter or walking. And so I joined the galloping group, which was very interesting because you pull on the reins to make them go quicker. Was fascinating, and so it was just a really beautiful experience, and I would definitely recommend doing it if you're in Iceland. After horseback riding, we went back into Reykjavik to get hot dogs from the famous hot dog stand before making our way to the Sky Lagoon. We did the multi-step option at the Sky Lagoon, which takes you to a sauna, a mist room, you get a scrub, and it was just so incredible. I cannot recommend doing this upgrade more. It was incredible. To end the day, we got pizza and ice cream and then headed back to our place to get some rest. All right, so today we are going to a ton of waterfalls on the south side of the island on our way to Vik, and then I'm gonna end the day with the volcano tour, so let's go check it out. So immediately right off the bat on our way to Vik, we went through a valley of rolling hills and mountains that was so beautiful. We had to pull over, stop, and I actually got my drone out to get a couple shots before we made our way to Vik. Now, one of our first stops in Vik was the School Beans Cafe, which is a coffee shop in a bus right outside the city center. It was so good and in a really beautiful area. I would highly recommend going. Even though it was a little cold and rainy, we still got some really good photos in and made our way to the black sand beach. So we're back at the black sand beach, and the crazy thing is I came here 2 years ago, and you can walk all the way back, and now you can't because of erosion. A whole part of the beach is completely gone now, so it's still beautiful, but you can definitely see less. After visiting the black sand beach, we then made our way to Skogafoss. One of our last stops of the day was a tour at the lava tunnel, where you can actually go in a lava tunnel and get a little tour. It was amazing. After driving back to Reykjavik, we then went to a food hall, which I could not recommend more. The food was incredible, and then we wandered around a little bit before calling it a night. We also went to Loki Restaurant to get the infamous rye bread ice cream, which at first tastes terrible, but it really grows on you and is actually pretty good. I'd recommend trying it. Alright, good morning. Today we are going to the Westman Islands, but first we ran out of time yesterday, and so we're really quickly going to Salanjafoss and an additional waterfall, small little hike before we go to the ferry and take it to the Westman Islands. So let's go. Right, we walked to the waterfall, super cold. Woo, woo. Everyone's wet and cold. Our first stop in the Westman Islands was going to Sea Life Trust, which is the beluga whale sanctuary as well. It was so cute to see them. I would highly recommend going. So Zach saw people climbing up this mountain, and so now we're doing a different hike, maybe an additional hike up to the top of this massive mountain. So let's see how it goes. Now this hike was absolutely crazy. There is a reason it is rated hard on all trails. It went straight up and it was not the safest hike. There were a lot of ladders, a lot of chains you had to hold on to, a lot of pathways that just dropped off the side of the cliff. And so it actually ended up being only Morgan and I able to go all the way up to the top just because it was freaky. And if you're scared of heights, do not recommend this hike, but it was so rewarding. I highly recommend adding it to your itinerary for the Westman Islands. lupines are in full bloom right now, and they're so beautiful. I'm so happy. Alright, so now we're hiking the Eldfell volcano loop, and everything. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny, a little bit of clouds. It's cool. The lupines are in full bloom. It's really, really beautiful, and so we're gonna make the most of what time we have before we need to take the ferry back to the Vic area. After the ferry, we grabbed a snack and then went home. Alright, good morning. It is our last full day here in Iceland, in Reykjavik, and today my friends are going on a whale watching tour, but I get really motion sick, and so I am tapping out of this one, and I'll just be hanging around Reykjavik until they're finished, and then we are going to the Blue Lagoon today. Have fun! While my friends were on the whale watching tour, I just meandered Reykjavik, did some shopping, and waited for them to come back so we could have lunch before going to the Blue Lagoon. Lagoon. Now, the Blue Lagoon is beautiful, but there's not quite as much to do here, and so we found ourselves just meandering around, having some fun drinks, and then also doing the face mask, the complimentary face mask, before we headed out and went back to Reykjavik. Alright, so now we are headed to the airport to fly back home to the States. I hope you enjoyed Iceland as much as we did. It was incredible, and I'm just so happy I get to share our experiences with you, so thank you so much for watching.